false expectations that at 78 he's going to all of a sudden turn into another human being. I spent weeks telling people that he was apocalyptic. I'm not going to change now because it's still the same. We're not treating every single thing. I think that's when we lose credibility.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay, what do you guys think about what Anna Navarro is saying here? Because she feels that this is when everybody loses credibility. It's when you switch your mind. So Anna Navarro feels like you cannot switch your mind, or it cannot happen. I personally feel like this is the human story. It is the human story. It is the whole human story. Is that you thought of something the other way and then you change your mind a little bit, because you've seen it differently. I don't think there's nothing wrong with changing your mind, your perspective on somebody. I don't see this as like the end of the world, like the way some people on The View are trying to portray it.
What I'm saying is I have no false expectations that at 78 he's going to all of a sudden turn into another human being. I spent weeks telling people that he was apocalyptic. I'm not going to change now because it's still the same. We're not treating every single thing. I think that's when we lose credibility.
Well, here's the thing. You lose credibility in many different ways. If you don't know what you're talking about and you accuse him of something, then they're going to blow it back. That's why I say we need to wait and see.
I don't know what you guys think about this. I actually think this is the first time that Whoopi, one of the very rare times that Whoopi says something that I agree with. Because I think The View has been a little bit kind of unfair toward Trump, in many answers, but the View's been unfair toward even Bernie Sanders. The View attacked Bernie Sanders. The View attacks anybody that's against the crazy left agenda. So I think I'm happy that the ladies are willing to, no, not the ladies, only Whoopi Goldberg is willing to do the wait and see. I personally believe that the wait and see that Whoopi Goldberg is doing is not because of wisdom. I think it's because there's a little bit of fear. Trump is a scary individual. And you don't know what he's going to do. Nobody knows what he's going to do with his power. You don't know what he's capable of. And that's the thing. We saw January 6th. That was gangster as the maximum. I cannot even imagine somebody doing this. And he's so proud and he comes back to the race like nothing happened. He's very proud of himself. This was a great thing to do. To fight for the American democracy, to bring a January 6th. The January 6th never happened in the American history. So you gotta understand, this guy, he has no shame. Shame is not inside of his psychic, it just doesn't have it. So let's see again.
So there is one Democratic lawmaker in the House who intends to work alongside Trump officials in order to accomplish some of the goals that progressives have. We're going to get to that in just a second, but before we do, Jake, what do you think about this conflict that's playing out? Because
I'm more for people that are willing to work with Trump than people that are willing to bash, because you're going to spend 4 years with him, So we got to stop the bashing. We got to figure out a way that he can work with the left, but most likely 99% people might not agree with him. But my beef with Trump is not really anything else. It's the January 6th issue mainly, and the kids on the border was a second top issue. But the January 6th was the worst for me. The kids on the border was an issue that Trump. I think Trump bungled it. He messed it all up. But I don't think he meant all the bad things that happen, and I also think Trump doesn't have the feelings of other human beings that are very sensitive to stuff like this. When it comes to people's separation of family, the way I look at it, it's the separation of family issue. I see it when you get arrested, people have the right to separate you from your family. But the way I look at the border issue, I don't believe in the mass deportation. I believe in building the wall. We should build the wall as fast as possible. I really believe that.
Have won both chambers of Congress, and so we have two options. You either fight every step of the way or try to find some silver linings.
Good news, I have the answers.
Okay.
Okay, so first let me say what I agree and disagree with those guys on. Alyssa
I like what Jinx says there. I agree with that. We gotta give him a chance to win and to mess up, and then we can talk about the mistake he made. I don't want to talk about the stuff that he didn't do, because we don't see it yet. You know what I'm saying? For my own sanity, I gotta do it like I gotta see what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? So then I can cook you, or maybe I can even bless you and be happy of what you've done. I actually like the fact that Whoopi took that route, but that doesn't mean you should kiss his ass because I think Trump does have a narcissism issue. He has he just have like many demons inside of him, and I think he's a heartless guy. He has fascist tendency. I'm not saying that he's a fascist. So there's a lot of issues with Trump. January 6th was the end, like end of the world issue. So like the way I look at the guy like that, it's like. I think it's I love what Whoopi say. I think it's even in the Bible. It says that wait and see, wait and see. So I think it is a scripture in the Bible that say that that's the way you should do things. Like when it comes to God, but I think anything that comes to God, you can apply it to anything else in the world. Wait and see. Let's see.
That's her perspective, and you can't question her perspective, right? So I think that's too much. And I'll tell you what I think about that in a second. But at least I agreed with Whoopi for the first time in a long time, where she said, well, let's wait and see what he does so we could respond to reality rather than respond to our worst fears and expectations. And so, all right, good, level-headed there, in my opinion. Ana Navarro.
Wow, yeah, this YouTube, this take from Cenk is amazing. He feels that like Trump, there's a possibility that Trump might mitigate his extreme impulse, even if people on the far right is trying to bring them to do crazy shit. So he might say no to them because he feels that he's very popular and he's very thankful to the American people, and he knows that a lot of Latinos voted for him, a lot of Asians voted for him, and there was a spike even in the black men that increased when it comes to Trump. You know, a lot of them, some of them went toward Trump. So he feels like that. So a lot of people feel like that. So basically, because of that, Trump might, according to Cenk Uygur, he might do less damage. So he might be more careful. So that is an interesting take. I did not look at it like that. So he might be more careful. So I want to see what's going on. I want to see what's going to happen to Trump. I'm going to play the Whoopi Goldberg card. Wait and see. Let's wait and see. Yeah, I mean, we don't know.
Once he does something, how is his base going to react? And are they going to reel him back in or encourage him? I know every leftist and Democrat thinks they're just going to encourage him to get worse and worse. I have a super controversial opinion. I don't think they are. I think some portions of them are, but I think a big portion are going to tap the brakes and say, no, we didn't tell you to go in that direction. We don't want you to go in that direction. We want you to go in this direction.
Yeah, remember, I mean, look, I know that a lot of Democrats want to downplay the extent to which Trump won the popular vote, but let's keep it real. It's very rare for Republicans to win the popular vote, and Trump did this time around. Last time it happened was in 2004. His coalition is much broader today versus what it was in 2016.
Yes.
And so it's important to keep that in mind. It's not the same base that we were dealing with in 2016. There's certainly
that is an interesting analysis. That is a very interesting analysis. So the Trump base increase in 2024, the voter base increase. He got a little bit more black men. He got a little bit even more black women, even though the black women were low. He had definitely a lot more Latino men, Latino women a little bit more. White men, I think, went down, it seems, from 2016 to now, but like the white women went up, which is kind of weird. So it's Asian men went up too. So let me see. Let me see if I can see this thing. Okay. Guys, look at this map. This is amazing, guys. This is an amazing map. Like this is like a very cool breakdown of what happened. So basically, when it comes to the black men, right? In 2016, the black men, 69% voted for Clinton, and in 2020, 60%. So Biden lost a couple of black men in 2020. 60% went to the Biden, and in 2024, 56%. So the black man has been going down. And I don't know why people don't see that. The Democrat, when it comes to the Democrat, the black man's been going down. The black woman,
okay, they was at 90% for 2016, the black woman, 90%, right? Black woman, Clinton, that was Clinton. And in 2020, 81% black woman, right? 81% for Biden. So the black woman went down for Biden, they went 9% down. And they went a little bit back up for Harris by 4%. So Clinton had more black women than Harris, even though Harris is black. And so that is a very interesting. And when it comes to Latinos, 2016, the Latino men's been going down, man. So they were 31% for Clinton. And the Latino men in 2020, they went to 23%. And in 2024, they went down again. The Latino men really went for Trump. Trump went plus 10%. That is crazy. So there's a shrinkage in the Latino men. The Latino woman has been slowly but surely going toward Trump. So the Latino woman, 2016, 44% Clinton. 2020, 39% Biden. 2024, 19% Harris. So the Latino woman has been going down. When it comes to Democratic voters, the Democrats been losing Latino women from 2016 to 2024. And I hate to say that, this is kind of shocking. The white man has been shrinking when it comes to Trump. So basically, 2016, the white man was 31%. When it's 2024, the white man is 22%. But the fact that there's a lot of white people in this country, it's 22% is a lot, you know. So the country is mostly white. So and the white women was at 9% for Trump in 2016. So the white women wasn't too much in favor of Trump, and then they went to 7% in 2024. Wow. So the white women went down from 2016 to 2024 by 2 points, but they're still pretty high. But the one who break out for Trump was the Latino man, and the black man has been going down, guys. The Democrat from 2016 has been 69%, and then Harris is 56%. So Biden did a better job at getting black men to the voting booth than Harris. And Trump did a better job at getting a little bit more black men. So basically, when you look at the trend for black men, from 2016 to 2024, it's been going up. So that's where we at.
Wrong. They think we're doing a right-wing turn. They think all these conspiracy theories, etc., right? But the reality is we are sensing that base is new and rebellious and feisty, and we think that on some of his worst abuses, they will reel him back in. And some of them, they might go forward, depending on where they stand in the political spectrum, okay?
I think the other half of the equation, though, Cenk, is the fact that, and people are going to hate that I say this, but it's true, that he is reelable. You get what I'm saying?
I do. That's such a great point.
Yeah.
See, this is another thing that they are underestimating. So it's not that Trump doesn't have bad instincts. It's not that he didn't deserve every insult that I ever gave him, okay? It's that he also, at the same time, two things can be true at the same time. He also wants to be popular. He wants to be loved. That's his number one thing, right?
Yep.
He just, honestly, he doesn't even know how to do it. Like if he knows well enough to be able to beat Democrats, because Democrats are apparently, Democratic leadership, dumbest people on earth.
Like, okay, Trump doesn't know how to be loved. That is a funny statement. I think he's the expert at this because he got everybody to vote, a lot of people to vote for him as a Republican, despite all this. But I'm going to explain that I want to bring the audience in on this topic. I personally do not think the world likes nice guys. I actually think he's the expert at knowing how to be loved. You understand actually how to be loved, actually. I think Trump understands how to be loved more than anybody else in the world. So I think I disagree with Jake on this one. But I understand what Jake is saying, like a little bit. But I think actually he knows it because he won the election. But now, okay, I know what Jake is going to say. He's going to say that he won the election against the Democrat. The Democrat are a piece of the weak point. But I don't look at it like that. This guy, I don't know, like the guy even is able to get the black community to vote a little bit more against Kamala Harris. This is an expert at the game. This guy is an expert. And I hate to say this, and I don't know, I want to show you this thing. The poll, I think that's what I saw. I'm not sure, but I want to look at it again. Hold on a second. You look at the poll for the black man has been going up for Trump. So this guy, he definitely knows how to be loved. And when it comes to the black women, the poor, I hate to say this to the Democrat. Okay, everybody said the black woman is poor, Democratic, 100%. Yeah, but let's look at it. In 2016, the black woman voted 90% for Clinton, and for Biden, the black woman went down a lot. Okay, so Biden lost a lot of black women during the 2020, 9 points. Okay, no problem. Biden is almost like he's not alive, but the black women is at 85%, right? So Trump was able. Let me see. Let me see if I can say this accurately. Hold on a second. I want to look at the data carefully. Never understand this. Trump about doubled his share of young black men, which helped him among key Democratic voting group. About 3 in 10 black men under the age of 45 went for Trump, roughly double the number again in 2020. That is interesting.
Relatively popular, apparently enough to get reelected, but he did a lot of things that were deeply unpopular, and he left when his polling was in the 30s, and that's why he lost the 2020 election, right? Now, there are things that he could do to go in a populist direction where he would be incredibly popular. Is he going to actually do that? There's no way of knowing, but he wants to be loved, and that's not such a bad thing for a leader in a democracy. So let's see where we can find the things that we agree on.
Do you guys agree with Cenk? I think Trump. I think I agree with Cenk on this one, that he definitely want to be loved, and I think he knows how to be loved. Like, this guy is amazing, because I personally believe, like, when it comes to love, right? When it comes to being loved, it's one of the most difficult things that I like people don't say. This is why like even dating, when you try to date a woman, it's so difficult. That's why the nice guys finish last. I personally believe the nice politician finish last also. You gotta know how to be like a bad boy, but like also attractive, but also fighting for the cause. There's multiple things that I don't fully understand, but like there's multiple things that you have to do to be able to be loved, and you gotta create an atmosphere also that, I don't know if you guys agree with this. I think Trump was able to do that, where people forgive you when you mess up. I think that's very critical when you're a politician. You have to learn. You have to create an atmosphere where people forgive you. Oh, it's you, I forgive you. I personally believe that. If you're dealing with anybody, guys, if you have a girlfriend or wife or kids or whatever, or boss, and they cannot forgive you, you don't want to deal with that kind of person. You want to cancel them up. You want to bend them right away, because they're not gonna forgive you. You know, they always get back to you. People that you see that forgive you, that means that those people they really like you. That means there's something about them that they like you for real. They really want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? The people that you see that they don't forgive you, everything they get back. If you do something, they try to get back. Do not let those people close to you. And I think, like Trump, when he's dealing with Trump, the voters base are willing to forgive him many times. A little bit too much for me. But let's see.
Let's see where we can push him in the right direction before we give up, right? I feel like a lot of the other parts of the left and the Democrats go, no, let's give up right away, okay? Let's assume that there will be no rays of hope, and let's just go to our trenches and start firing at them before they fire at us. But what that's going to do is have them respond in a maximalist way, have them dig into their trenches. And I don't know if you know this if you're a Democrat. They won, we lost. They have the White House, the House, and the Senate. You really want to push them to their maximum by punching first? Why don't you let him punch first, and then we'll react? And the maximalist approach is not always the right approach. I know for the left, that's like mind-blowing. No way. We have to be the most extreme people on earth, otherwise we're not pure enough. No, that's a terrible strategy.
Yes, I agree with you on that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about a Democrat who is going in a direction that I'm actually happy to see, because he's looking for silver linings. He's looking for ways to score some wins for Democrats, even with the situation that we're coming into. So with that in mind, Representative Ro Khanna has suggested during an interview that Democrats could actually work with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy in the Department of Government Efficiency to essentially cut spending in areas that the left has been wanting to cut spending on. Let's take a look.
I do want to ask you about, we were just talking about this a few moments ago, DOGE, as it's called, this Department of Government Efficiency, led by Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk.
Ultimately, they're going to provide recommendations.